Hey guys, Nick Seacrest over here at Wood Cycle Country. Tonight we got Woods After Hours. Got a few special guests, our sponsored riders of Wood Cycle Country. Got Shalik, Robles, got Damien, all on some fast bikes. So tonight's topic, we're gonna go over a few different ones. We're gonna start off with track days. We all kind of go out to Harris Hill and do our things there. Tell us a little bit about your experience at Harris Hill.
So Harris Hill, man, I love it. It's one is close to home. It's a great track. It has every type of turn that you could think about, from hairpins to sweepers. It has a lot of character, which helps you control your bike. It helps you learn how your bike is going to react over different types of terrain. I love it, man.
By character, what you mean? You got going.
Hey, man.
You
gotta
be
careful
with that. You try to get me in trouble.
Craig's rule.
Character, like a few bumps here and there, different types of concrete, just to
we get in trouble for saying
it's not called bumps. Call it character.
Craig, I
Shout
never
out Craig. He made me do it. If you see this, he blame him.
Definitely set the seed.
But yeah, it's a great track. And every first 4 days of the month, first Friday of the month, come out to the hill, man. Get you some track time in.
Heck yeah. That class you're talking about is the This Is How We Roll course?
Yes.
Every first Saturday?
Every first Saturday of the month. Yep.
Talk about so everybody here instructs with Harris Hill and This Is How We Roll course. And actually, Robles right here instructed for his first time. Super pumped for him. Since that last episode. Tell us about your experience when you were instructed, man.
So it basically started with me talking about Harris Hill and bringing it up to a bunch of people, and I actually got one of my my good buddies to sign up for it. He got all of his stuff ready. Craig hooked him up at the track with a suit that he had laying around. We prepped his bike, new tires, chains, sprockets. He went the whole 9 yards, got a new flash. But long story short, got him out there for his first track day, and Craig asked me hey, would you like to instruct? So I was like, oh yeah, man, I'd love to instruct, I dabbled a little bit with it, but it was the first time out there that I'd ever actually been an instructor, so I was watching my lines. I was trying to show him the correct way to do things, even though I may not necessarily do them all the time. But, so I got him out there. He had a blast. It was amazing seeing him smiling and enjoying the whole process. It's the first time he's ever been on the track, so to see somebody come from the street and enjoy riding on the track so much to the point where he was like, dude, I hadn't even been on the track yet, but I already told him I'm going to be back next month. I already signed up for next month. I paid already.
Hell yeah.
He's like, I'm ready to go out there. I'm ready to kill it some more. And so it was just, it made me feel good being able to go out there and show somebody the way to do something right. Again, even when I don't always do that. So
that's badass. Damien, Harris Hill, 316. I know you always go in depth with your students, no matter what you're doing.
So, so I actually started when Harris Hill started off with the How We Roll. I was one of the first instructors, and I'm committed till beginning to the end. Hopefully there'll never be an end. But I started at Harris Hill as soon as I moved here from Europe, and Harris Hill, it's one of those tracks where if you end up being fast and smooth at this track, you will be one of the fastest at any other track, hands down. It's not only a very technical track, but it will make you a better rider on the track and on the street and even in the dirt, because it teaches you how to use the bike the way it's supposed to, how to use your body, and it just keeps you safe with, most tracks. When people get on the racetrack, they learn how to, they want to get on there and drag a knee or whatever. But Harris Hill is one of those tracks that will make you learn how to use your brain, how to control yourself, how to control that connection from your brain to your throttle. It'll just make you an all-around better rider and a safer rider.
I feel myself floating off the seat at Harris Hill.
Yeah, if your butt is on that seat, then you ain't moving.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Otherwise, you start taking
Get that board out your back, man.
Yeah.
Take the board out your back. Get off the bike.
Getting older now,
At Harris Hill, every day is a leg day. So if you ain't, if you are sitting on that seat, and that's one of the things that I tell my students when I have them is, don't get comfortable. you better learn how to ride your motorcycle like a horse jockey rides a horse.
yeah.
Harris Hill teaches you how to use every tool that you
Every
have.
tool.
Few of those characters out there get you rolling when your knee goes straight into the tank.
Yeah, and it teaches you how to control you, how to
how
watch
not to
other
panic.
riders, and how to
Yeah.
panic,
How not to
Adapt.
panic.
or
Hands down.
how not to panic,
Not to panic.
or a control
Don't-
panic.
Don't send your brand new R6 into the
Pond.
Into the pond
Yeah.
during a track day.
Or
Saw
it
that
teaches
live.
you
Oh no!
one thing that I may or may not have learned recently after 9 years of doing
Oh,
the same
yeah.
thing over again.
I witnessed that when I was there for that.
Saturday.
When you are committed to one thing and you've learned something, Harris Hill it's a very knowledgeable track, but it's also very unforgiving to
Definitely unforgiving.
to those less than intelligent
It's called a
decisions.
brain lapse.
Brain lapse.
It's a
Yeah,
brain
don't
lapse.
listen.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all done
Hey,
it.
For you know
Part
what
of
though, 2 crashes in 4 years, I'm
Hey,
doing
not
pretty
bad.
good.
I'm at like 8, so
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Everybody's
Hey.
got this cars.
But you're also a Moto America racer, and that's what
Yeah.
you got there. You paid the price to get where you
Shalik's
are.
fast. Like I don't. No, you can't even downplay
No,
that.
he
Like
does
no,
not
no,
play
no,
get
that.
out of
he-
here with that.
I'm humble,
So
man.
humble.
I'm humble.
Every-
You gotta remain humble.
Every time he tells me gas on the right, I'm like, man,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
doing it.
right.
Like I'm getting
I'm
it.
behind you. I'm like, okay, Nick, can we go a little further? Can we go a little further? But
We ride
it's,
the same bikes too.
yeah,
Definitely different gearing. Gearing helps out a lot at Harris
A lot.
Hill. Definitely learning a lot. Just going there and learning off these guys. You know what I mean? Like when we ride close, and we all kind of know what each other is capable of doing. And that's the fun part about track days is the fact that you could go out there and have
Yeah.
fun with your buddies. Even when you have instructors with instructors, even learning off someone faster than the other person for sure.
it's more laxed. It's not as pressure. It's not as high intensity at track days as it is for race weekends.
Right.
Race weekends, everybody gotta go to win. So it's a little cutthroat.
All that 100%.
It's a
or
little
what?
cutthroat, yeah.
Once the
I
price
don't
is
race,
down,
I don't know.
So
you ain't friends.
I've been doing CMRA since 2020, COVID, and then I went pro last year, and going pro was a little deer in headlights, man. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I've never seen
Everybody
Shalik
is
so
fed.
stressed than I did at the paddock at Coda.
Hearing him talk about that, the
Straight.
first time I heard
Yeah,
him talk
it's-
about that, I was like,
yeah.
"Are you kidding?" I was like, "Are you joking?" No, man.
No, he
He's like,
was. You could see the anger, the
That's
frustration, the
nuts.
stress, the exhaustion in his everything.
Because you have to
And-
go out there and put it down as soon as you touch the track.
Yeah,
There's no warm up
warm-up.
lap. There's no
All in.
there's
Full send.
it's full send. Pray.
Hope your tires are hot, ready to go.
Hope it works. But
That's legit.
track days, you have more time to work on stuff. Race weekends, you should have been worked on it already.
yeah.
Got
And had it down.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. Like there was no time to play. It was like either you go out there and you waste your money and don't qualify.
Yep.
Spend all this money. Go out there and you put the hammer down from the first time you get on the track. So
That was a cool time just to see like Moto America have that at Coda.
yeah, close to home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll see all the locals, you know
Yep.
what I mean? Those weekend warrior guys going out there and
Mhm.
spitting out some fast lap times, names you don't normally see on the Moto America
Yep.
board.
Yeah.
And kind of seeing all that. I still remember Flo for Law coming out.
It shocked me to see my
Bobby
name
and
on
all
the
Yeah,
board.
yeah, I'll
See
tell
and
you.
all
The first,
that.
I took a
Picture, I was
screen.
like,
I took a picture.
yo.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw him on the TV, as soon as I saw his name, I was
Man.
like, "That he said he was gonna do it last
Hell
year."
Yeah.
For me, it was scary because I didn't qualify high. I'm not that fast. These guys lying to you.
He
No,
alive.
no, he
But being in the
He
back,
blow your doors off.
but being in the back and seeing 36 other bikes in front of you,
Mm.
all
Oh,
going to
no.
one turn at the same
Same
time.
time.
That's a hairpin. I'm like, I'm scared. Like I was legit nervous. Like
Yeah.
sergeants in there in front of me. I put my hand. I was like, I was all still, but when I put that visor, I was like, nervous.
So wet.
Fired up instantly.
Yeah. But once I got going, those nerves kind of like went away. Turn one was kind of nervous because everybody's in turn one. I've never been
Yeah.
bumped so many times in one
Straight
turn in
in
my
pain.
life.
But it boosts your confidence
yeah,
to know.
that I could actually go out there and do it.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm like, okay.
And you in a track day, so many people are worried, oh, he's too close, But you'd be surprised how hard you can get hit
and
and
be fine.
Stay on the
be
bike. Oh, yeah.
perfectly fine.
Not blow a line, not nothing. Like rubbing elbows. Like me and Gabriel Da Silva, we're going through turn 18 and like literally like this.
Oh man.
I'm like, well, I'm bigger than you, so I'm like,
Yep.
he's faster, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not moving. You got to go past, and then I bumped elbows with Gillum, Caleb DeCarroll.
Dang.
And I stayed with Gillum for about 3 turns.
And then he checked
He
out.
dropped me off in one.
He's like, man, I got to go.
Yeah.
Man, they up here, I got to go.
Yeah,
Getting full use of those lever guards, huh?
level guards, fairings, everything.
Oh,
But it's definitely, I tell you, anybody that wants to learn your bike better, learn yourself better, learn how not to panic in certain situations, get on the track.
Yeah.
Because you cannot do what you do on the track on the street. I always say the street does not equate to the track.
No, sir.
The track equates to the street.
Yep.
And it's
And I
easy
came
to
from
get
the
out to
street.
Harris Hill
Yeah,
for all of
it's-
us. Like
yeah.
for anybody who's new to the sport. I have a lot of people come into Woods and actually ask, like, hey, like, you do track days? A lot of the guys here know that I do track days, so they'll
Send them over.
bring the customers my way. And it's simple. Every first Saturday it's a members only club, basically.
Right.
Very family oriented. But every first Saturday you have that This Is How We Roll course where we all instruct, all give our passion out, and help every rider kind of develop and get to that next level to help them on the street. You know what I mean? So as far as like the street riding and all that, it definitely helps out knowing what the bike's going to do underneath you. And basically a lot of potholes and stuff in
And-
San Antonio right now.
I came from the street
Gosh.
as well. I started riding street bikes at 13, and I rode the street from 13 up until 2020. No, 2016, I did my first track day on a ZX14.
ZX14.
ZX14, my first track day at Houston.
I remember hearing some history behind that 14.
Oh, here you
A
go.
little
Man, that's straight my history, man. That don't even matter.
Please, sir. Please tell us.
I think it had something to do with the drag strip.
Yeah, a certain ZX10
Oh,
maybe
and-
I can remember.
What
Lay it
year
out
was that
there.
ZX10?
It was like
Please.
08-ish.
Please.
Little 08 action.
Me and Shalik had some fun at the
Yeah, we
drag
did.
strip
That was a
couple
fun day,
times.
man. That was, smoked my clutch that day, too. Yeah, we rode all day.
Yeah, man, and those were the days I actually did enjoy going to Marion Raceway and going down the strip and getting more people out there. And at that time, there was a lot of people that did show up. You know? They were tired of getting in trouble on the street and having to worry about things. And
Oh, yeah.
and that's one of the main things I try to tell people when I try to justify paying the money to go to Harris
Yeah.
Hill. It's like, go do this on the street, and the first time you get caught or something happens, you're going to pay way more
Way more.
dealing with that than you would
Impound
going to the
fees
track,
and-
you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You can go do whatever you want out there. There's
Correct.
nothing to hit. There's no one, to pull you over. You're not having to worry about a ticket. So it's like,
There's EMS on site.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
And
it's
then
just-
that's
it's
one of
place
the
for it.
things like that I've always been an advocate for. No matter who I'm coaching for, it's always been make sure that a rider, when they get on that track, I give them the tools to make sure they get home to their families safe. I've lost friends, civilian friends, my military brothers. It sucks, especially when it's like, oh, I want to get on the track, but I'm not ready for the track. It's like, no, get on the track so you're ready for the street.
Exactly.
I think it's a
That's
misconception
big
when people think about the track. I think they look at like MotoGP and Moto
Yeah.
America and WSBK and they see how that is, thinking that's how a track is going to
No.
be. No, that's why you have levels. You got novice, intermediate, experienced, expert.
Yeah.
Learn to ride.
Love to ride. Yeah,
respect
he's
the
been
craft.
teaching
Oh, yeah.
the
So-
advanced levels. I
Yeah.
teach the beginners.
So you got different levels where every level coming from the street, somebody's going to be at the level. Some may be a novice rider, some may be an intermediate rider, but it's not as fast paced as you can see on TV.
They're
Yeah.
thinking race.
They're thinking
your-
race,
like
yes,
your
exactly.
race concept.
And to
you were
touch
talking
base
about
on that, I had my buddy come out and I was like, hey, come check it out, man. You can come, at least spectate and watch everybody going on the track. So he came out on a members day and watched, and he goes, hey, man, why are they going so slow? And I'm like,
Yeah,
load of
that's a segue in that. No,
yeah, I
hey,
said,
how
hey
to
man,
race.
I'm gonna be honest. When you get out there and
You
you
can be
ride,
similar.
it'll make way more sense to you in your head, and you'll feel it,
You'll
and you'll be
feel
like,
like you're
oh,
going fast,
okay. And exactly what I told him would happen happened. He went out there, I instructed on him, and he's like, all right, man. He's like, it makes way more sense now seeing what I saw the other day.
Since you wanted to back on me about the 14 and beat me, I remember a certain day at Harris Hill. Well, yeah, I'm getting off the bike. I'm doing this. Here's the video. Here's the video.
Seeing yourself on video.
It's the most humbling experience.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Like,
For me
man, you
too.
see how
Hands
close
down.
I was getting? I was like, man, nah, you
This
was
much space
square.
from the ground.
You think you're on
I got to
pace,
pull out those old videos now, and I got happy.
That's fine. That's fine.
They'll be in the link in the bottom.
But it was such a big advancement for me to see that and actually realize, like, all right, you think in your head, hey, man, I'm getting off the bike. I don't know what he's talking about, kind of stuff. And then he's like, hey, hold up, look. Well, I guess I'm not getting off the bike. So next time out, I was like, I'm going to get off this bike. I'm going to do exactly what he tells me. And next lap out, the photographer was out there, and he even grabbed him after we were done. And he's like, hey, can you show him the picture? He's like, just like that, just like that. And I'm like,
Shout out
hell
Jason.
yeah.
Jason Freed.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Always
Jason.
coming
Guy,
up
man,
with the
amazing.
good
The
picks
dopest pictures
all day.
on the
Yes,
track.
sir.
Like that Chris and Damian Coda picture, right?
Ooh.
Yo.
Ooh. Shot stone everywhere. Nick the gas
First of all, Chris, I just want you to know, next time on Coda, you will not
I want to see those
be ruining
pictures.
my time, my photo ops.
Yeah, man, you got
Shout out 316 track days
316
too for
track
putting
days.
those together. We got a few events this year too at
Yes.
Coda.
Yeah.
A lot more than last year, right?
yeah.
And so Shalik and I, we are both. Oh, that's right. And now Nick
Yep.
is an official
Oh.
316 track days
Thanks,
or
Ignacio.
Superbike
Thank
camp instructor, or
And Craig for putting the good work.
Yep.
Yeah,
Texas
man.
Motorcycle race.
Hopefully our boy Robles right here will be up next. You know what I'm saying?
Texas
Knows what's up.
Motorcycle
if you guys
Racing Academy.
get an opportunity, go to the website, Track Rabbit 316 Superbike Camp. We have all of our schedule. We have payment plans, everything to get you on this track and off the street, or at least give you the tools to get back on the street and make it home to your families. And you can be in the beginner level with me, or you can be if you got it, step it up and roll with a
Let's do
real fully fledged, legit TV proven
Let's
Moto
do it.
America racer.
That's one cool thing to see someone on TV.
Oh, yeah,
That
definitely.
you know what I mean?
It-
Like,
Man,
oh,
it
really?
was. I almost teared up when I saw his name because I was like, I remember when he could barely walk, he could barely move, and he said it. It was like right at the end of summer. I'm going to be on Moto America, and I was
That's
like,
legit.
whatever you want to do it, let's
Pray,
do
man.
it. Let's get you there. I will pray every day, whatever you need.
Hell yeah.
And he made it. It was one. It's like watching your brother,
Little brother.
just fulfill a dream, man. Like even now, my eyes get watery, but it was
been
one
a
of the most.
childhood dream for me, but my main reason to doing it is showing people like Robles, Damian, Nick, whoever that, hey, if I can do it, bro. And I started on one of those. I don't know if the camera can see it, but
Yeah.
big old school bus right there. I started on one of those
School bus.
and just took my time and got better. Did a lot of track days and said, okay, I'm going to do this. I want to be better rider on the street for one, because I have family to go back home to. But then I just fell in love with the racing aspect of it. So it's definitely try it. Just try it one time,
Heck yeah.
and you'll be.
Hit us all up anytime. Like
Yeah.
we're usually at bike nights. We're on the street.
Mhm.
We're just about anywhere. Track days. If you want Harris Hill every Monday, we're always there.
One thing I got to
Regardless.
put out as well. So pretty soon, my bike club, 60 Degrees, we're going to be having rental bikes and leathers. It's called a Lean and Believe Track Rentals.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So
No,
we're doing
that's
that.
huge. That don't ever happen.
Coming soon. So it's going to be SV 650, a Honda F2, F3.
All about the community. Always helping
Yeah.
out.
What I do want to say to touch base on that is reach out to any of us.
Yep.
Yep.
We're more than willing to help. If you have something you want to do to try to get on the track, or you need help with something, or if you need to find a suit or anything at all, anybody here is more than willing to help you. Just reach out, ask some questions, ask for help. It doesn't matter what it is.
If your bike need to be fixed, man mechanic right here.
Yes, sir.
Right there.
Definitely. Mad scientist right there. Hey,
Yeah,
that track
there's-
bike we got done. Now it's
Yeah.
at paint.
Yeah.
Ready to rock. That'll be in
No more snapped off.
2020.
Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
I'm good for one. At least one. At least one a project. At least one a project.
Oh, that's good stuff. Going on to the next topic, bike nights. Definitely love to support the community. Love giveaways. Love everything. Definitely as far as our next bike night is going to be April 17th, and stuff in the works in the future with tag teaming with some other people on the street.
Oh, man.
I haven't talked to a lot of people about, but I'm super excited. But to go on to
I'm
April
on the flyer.
17th. Yes, definitely on the flyer. Tell us your guys' experience at bike nights at, I guess, anywhere, or Woodside Country bike night.
Yeah, bike nights, man, they're great to have the community just come together, and it's not who got the best bike contest, who got the fastest bikes. Everybody's coming together and having a good time, laughing, joking, eating. You know, it's always a good time. It's a family aspect because we all got a common love of two wheels.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. San Antonio bike scene. I've been up here to a couple of bike nights up here, so it's always a good time.
It's kind of
always a
cool
good time.
being like in the location of New Braunfels because we do reach out to the Austin crowd, San Marcos, and San Antonio. I even had some guy come from Houston one time on an R1. Swear,
Yeah, I remember.
he was here and he threw me the keys after we talked for like 10 minutes. Threw me the keys to his R1M, brand new, and it was ready to rock. He was talking about how much fun it was and threw me the keys, threw me his helmet, went out, just fell in love with the bike, and then robless.
So he does that, and I see him come back, and I go, I just got my bike tuned on E85. It was all set up, ready to go.
Oh,
I said,
no.
hey, go ride this one now. And he's like, for real? I was like, rip it up, rip it up. He
said,
comes
"Go
back,
in."
and you could see him smiling through the
Just a
helmet.
cat.
He's like, what
Nobody
the-
cares about Cowboys.
Yeah,
It
he
was
did that day. I
ridiculous.
guarantee it, man. I
It
mean,
was ridiculous. Fell in love with Cowies after that. At least
And
it's
so is
ZX10.
all one you had.
But it's because sometimes the love affair from Yamaha is just too much for some people to handle.
It's too slow for people to handle.
at least 1 out of 4 people like Yamahas, you know?
We're
Obviously.
all on ZX10s, except for Davian's on R1. A little pick on action, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's because I have taste.
Horrible
Does have the
taste.
freshest
Yeah.
paint job.
You won't never see a
wraps.
better looking
Nah.
R1 in the state of Texas than
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
It does its own.
Yeah.
Was it vinyl wrap? Vinyl wrap?
yeah, I do. Paint,
Yeah,
vinyl,
yeah.
anything, everything. I do it all. It's what happens when you are sitting at home in the wintertime and you're bored. You get creative, and next thing you know, you get $1 or $2 out of it.
Speaking of paint and stuff, I gotta shout out my boy James Warren at JNC Bikes, paint guy, a mechanic.
Yeah.
Look it up, JNC
Dang.
Bikes, JANDC Bikes on Instagram. Check them out.
Good stuff when you know good people in the community that know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like the biggest thing, the last thing you want to do is have someone work on your stuff that doesn't know
That doesn't know.
what's
Yeah.
going on. You know what I mean?
Been there,
Like,
done that.
yeah. It's just,
Almost costing my life. I'm going to the back of Dakota and the caliber falls off. I'm like, whoa, buddy.
oh man.
Whoa,
Oh,
player.
I've
Yeah.
definitely heard some horror stories of things getting worked on and not going the way they anticipated. But
You
yeah,
probably hear
just-
the most, see the most probably.
I've gotten a lot of things in where it's just like, man, I don't understand how this happened or could have happened or why they allowed it to happen. But man, I'm all about getting it done and getting it done right. That's the biggest thing. I try not to dwell on negative stuff or try to bash on anybody, but just keep in mind, man, safety first.
Yep.
Whenever
Getting
y'all are doing
everybody
these
safe.
things with your bikes, I'm
It's
all
key.
for working on your own stuff, but
Call
just
somebody.
verify, man.
Call
Double
somebody.
check. Ask questions. There's
Questions,
always somebody
huge.
there to help. It doesn't matter who it is. There's
Get a
always-
service manual for torque specs,
Right?
tolerances, and
Yeah.
For sure.
everything.
And I want to say for those that are listening that do want to do their own things, you can Google search PDF
YouTube.
service manuals on your phone and have it right there at your fingertips.
specs.
Torque specs, the stages of removing and installing something, it can all be there just at your fingertips. So there's no reason to second guess tightening a bolt or having to remove something you shouldn't. So it's just, and again, ask questions. People are here to help. They're more than willing to. So, we're there for you.
Definitely. Going back to the topic of bike nights. So this last Monday, we linked in a little bit with a car meet, which I don't normally do, but it was hosted by Nama Ramen, and one of my boys who just has the best food, always posting about it.
Man.
And linked up Woods with it, gave away a comm system to just one lucky guy who was there. So as far as like just the community and just being a part of it, just amazing. Like what you could give as far as like people all hanging out, everybody's cool talking to each other, the restaurant helped hosting it, everything, all that good stuff. So, and then you got to eat there for the first time. So,
Man,
banging.
let me tell you, yeah. Nama Ramen,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
bad with words sometimes. Nama Ramen, yeah, definitely go.
Shout out Kevin.
Yeah. Shout out Kevin, man. Definitely go check it out. I will be going back.
And so
Don't you
that's
worry.
one of the dopest things that I like about having an organized bike night. Like my very first one, was the one a couple of years ago at Hooters.
Yeah.
That was my first one, and I've always had that impression because I'm not a street riding guy. I am exclusively on the racetrack, and so I thought it was, jackasses and
Stossel, by the way, for helping
egos
that.
and a bunch of people doing sketchy things. That's not to say it doesn't happen, because that's part of what makes the community a community, is you got to have that balance. But when I
A little
got
bit
there,
of everybody, all kinds of tastes.
it was nothing but love. And the fact that you have, as motorcyclists, we do have a bit of a reputation to John Q. Public, but when you get actual local businesses and known businesses like Hooters or whoever, or Nama Ramen, and they contribute to help take care of the community, it's like,
That's what's cool. You don't get that often. You don't
get that.
Yeah.
And I wish there would be more companies that offer that support to us to show, hey, these guys aren't just a bunch of knuckleheads riding. It's an actual entity of the whole
sharing
community.
the excitement.
I think about that.
Push.
Yeah, we do have a stigma of being knuckleheads, but it takes just the right person to go talk to somebody,
Exactly.
Yeah.
and kind of
Yeah.
sway their minds that, hey, just give us a chance. And then that's up to that person that's doing the bike. Hey, look, no raving, no burnouts, no
Yes,
crazy stuff.
exactly. Always respect the
respect
lots.
the lots.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always.
And for the
They
most
pay
part,
money.
everybody does.
Exactly.
That's the cool thing. And the bike nights, people actually govern themselves when, like, the Fry Height one, which I was like, you know what, this is why I don't go nowhere. But it actually, just watching everybody kind of corral the loose cannon and get them to calm down, I was like, you know what, that's what a community is about.
Exactly.
And for the public, for every one fool that you might see on the road, just know there's 10,000 of us out there that we keep it respectful and keep it family oriented, and we out there to take care of everybody else and take care of y'all.
For sure. So ending on that note, thanks for coming out, guys. Of course, Wood sponsored riders, 316 instructors, everything else that we got to shout out today. Your boy, Robles, Damien, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Woods After Hours.